case you missed it, hats off to Scott, aka Pensacola Paul, with a 10 out of 10 performance from this past weekend. What did we learn about Joe Talamo? Nicest, friendliest person you'll ever meet that quickly turns to attack dog, unprovoked. We've all seen it. The pranked, the preaked. Scott, talk us through the inspiration into Paul playing this character, and was anyone else aware that this was coming?
Todd and Gabby were aware it was happening. Now, you might remember a couple of years back when they preaked Gabby.
Yep.
And they had Mike Maker messing with her, trying to find crab cakes. They also messed with Simon and Todd, and that was Maker as well. He was having them chase around looking for money under dumpsters to bet on a horse and things of that nature. So they wanted to bring it back here in 2025. And a couple of nights before we did this, we're sitting in the hotel lobby, and one of our camera folks, Miles Feld, pulled out the Ortiz brothers shirt that he'd gotten a hold of, the hat, as well as, and the wig, and he brought the wig. So they said, what if we do bring this to the track and we dress you up and you mess with Joe Talamo? I said, well, okay, I'm game to do it. And the other aspect of it is they really wanted a plan. If anybody knows me, and I think for those that have worked with me, I am not a planner. I am not somebody who enjoys sitting down and planning things. I'm more a fly by the seat of my pants type of person. And that's exactly what I did here. I had a couple of things in mind as far as what I was going to do. Obviously, the shirt was going to be a point of discussion. But I also said, we've got to have Todd in on it. We've got to have Gabby in on this. We've got to start with Todd. And my other plan, too, if you watch the video, I was kind of bobbing and weaving behind Joe so he couldn't get a really, really good look at me. And it was... There's an extended cut on YouTube.
Okay.
I guess we've now posted, which I'm glad to hear, because if you thought that the shorter version is funny, it's 50,000 times funnier. But it happened in about, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes, and it happened fast. And then on top of that, we had that weather delay. And so I'm just starting to think of things that I can do and messing with him. And I noticed he didn't have socks on, so I thought that would be something I could screw with him about. So it was really... a lot of fun, and I've got to give credit to Anna James. She's done a lot here at the network through the years and dating back to the HRTV years. But between this and the Ivorone thing from Halloween during Breeders' Cup, she's the one that puts me in these positions. She's one of the few people in my life. Her and my wife can push me to places that I don't want to go. So that's what she did once again.
Speaking of getting pushed, I thought Todd Schrupp was getting set to throw hands, Caleb.
Yeah, and Schrupp got a little Bush League push in there, but I want to ask you about the confrontation. So you actually go up on the set, you're getting face-to-face with Joe, he still has no idea what's going on. So, like, what boiling point were you ready to take it for before you took the wig off?
Well, we were back there, it was Todd's idea, he's like, hey, we're standing behind the set, he's like, hey, what if we, like, fake a fight? I'm like, yeah, whatever, let's do whatever, I'm game to do whatever you want to do. So we did that, and then out of the corner of my eye, and could hear as well, they were calling security. And security had no idea this was going on. There's security right behind the set all the time because we're right at the steaks barn. So they were coming up, and I'm like, you know what? I got to pull the eject button on this thing. So I jumped up on the set and walked over to Joe, and I'd noticed he'd taken his headset off and was ready to maybe get things rolling, and I pulled it off, and the look on his face was priceless.
Joe Talamo, yourself, the whole team did a fantastic job out there. That was certainly a highlight. You can watch the extended version over there at the FanDuel Racing YouTube channel with a bunch of other great content. Scott Hazelton coming up next. I wonder if there's any more pranks coming up for the Wednesday afternoon?
Not today.